Hello guys, this is Ben from UpBots, and as always, I'm delighted to see you today for this video. And this time I won't be alone because Neil will join the video for the recap of May, because we had a lot of things. And well, I know that maybe you like to hear my voice, maybe not, but we have here a nearish guy that like to talk to you, and so I wanted to have him as well. Hello, Neil.
Hello. Hey, everybody. Glad to be here. Let's do this.
Let's do this. All right. So I know that, well, you are every month we have more and more people on the chat, on the social network, on the interface. That's really cool. And every time you are more to check those videos, and I received many messages asking me if we planned to have one recap video this month. But of course, even if we are already in June, well, it gives us the chance to have more accurate data. So let's go directly with the agenda. So today we're going to talk about the statistics. As always, that's one of the most important elements for us and for you too. So we're going to explain that. There is also PancakeSwap. If you join us last month, well, it's maybe because you found us on PancakeSwap with the syrup pool. Well, be sure that we're going to explain the plan, the strategy, what has been done, and what is the strategy for the future. Neil will also explain the marketing updates. We're also going to talk about the new design. We received a lot of message after sharing the few pictures, and apparently you love it. And well, that's actually the objective. As always, the IT progress, well, we're going to finish with what will come in the coming weeks. All right, so let's go with the growth statistic. You know, Neil, every time I'm making it, so if you want, maybe you can start.
You want me to talk about the users? Okay. So yeah, the user base is growing still. I mean, you can see in the graph on the left part of the screen there that, you know, it's a very, very nice curve. Up 42%, nearly 7,000 users. Actually, Ben, we probably have 7,000, but
actually, I think we just reached it today, so a few minutes ago.
Yeah,
so, well, happy birthday.
These slides, we made these slides yesterday or possibly the day before. So I think, yeah, it's crazy. It's really, the platform is just going from strength to strength. And yeah, it's very exciting to see that.
What is amazing is that, as a reminder, the initial objective at launch was to have 600 users, you know, and all the investors were, regarding the financial plan we had, they were all like, yeah, apparently it's fine to have 600 users. The financial plan is okay. Tokenomic will be okay. Everything's going to be okay. Even if it was very small, we knew that starting with that, it would be possible to have a nice growth. We are already at 7,000, which is amazing. And so, well, and it's not yet launched. So we know that we have a bright future in front of us.
Yeah, I feel like we're gliding in a giant like rocket that's just gonna, like, with 7,000 users, when we switch on performance fees and the whole tokenomics get powered up. Yeah, it's gonna be, I think it's gonna be something to really get people really excited. So that's around, like, we're getting around, is it 67? Your faces, 67 new accounts per day.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's insane.
So it means also that people are talking about us. Our marketing strategy is also working. We are everywhere in small group. We are trying to reach also new countries. And well, everybody is talking. I mean, all our community, and it's thanks to you, but you are all talking about UpBots around you. And we really see the results. We had the same. Actually, I didn't add the statistics for marketing, but we saw the reports yesterday, Neil, and it was quite good for Twitter, Telegram, etc. Right?
Yeah. Everything's up. Everything's trending up. It's brilliant. Engagement is as high as it's ever been. You know, so that's, I think with Twitter especially, that's a great sign in crypto Twitter, when people are actually genuinely engaging with the content that you're putting out. It shows that They're interested. And in fact, just anecdotally speaking, which is it's not the way us data-driven marketers like to go, but it's just as an anecdotally speaking thing I get. We put out tweets sometimes when people message me on Telegram, or we put out something on Signal on Blockfolio, and I get a screenshot sent to me on Telegram to say, "Oh, is this true? Is this real?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's right." So that's always nice. It shows that I suppose that our community is highly engaged, and as Ben says, it's in no small part to you guys that that we keep growing at this rate. So it's really, really exciting for the future, I would say,
exactly
on the growth stats side of things. Do you want to talk a little bit about the staking?
Yeah, sure. So for the staking, well, we started that 2 months ago, and we added this month the new pool on the staking UBXT on BSC. So we have now 4 pools on UpBots, but we also have 1 pool on PancakeSwap directly, and we're going to talk about that a little bit later. But in total, we currently have a total locked value of 4 million. So it's an increase of 56%, and currently it's above. It's something like I think it's 25% of the market cap.
Right. That's amazing.
I think so. It's 25% of the market cap, so it's really huge. And regarding the nice partnership we have right now with PancakeSwap, and especially if the market is going up a bit, I'm not talking about UBXT, really about the market, I'm expecting to have also an increase in the TLV for the next week and months. For the market cap, well, we're around 15 million. I think right now it's more close to the 16 million. And the token ETH, it's still the same since the UBXT followed a bit the market. So BTC went down, ETH went down. Actually, everything went down, sometimes by more than 70%. And we are now at a level of around 4 cents, a little bit more. Which is still a good support, actually, considering also the fact that just a few months ago, we were, I think 3 months ago, we were at 1 cent. All right, so let's now talk about PancakeSwap. And if it's the first time that you are hearing about this partnership with Pancake, so Pancake is a DEX, decentralized exchange on Binance Smart Chain. And well, as you maybe know, we are on the Ethereum blockchain. We're also on the Binance Smart Chain and on Solana, exactly. And here the deal with PancakeSwap was to have a big promotion with them. So they added our pool directly in their farming section. And now if you are adding liquidity, so in UBXT, BUSD, and then if you stake those LP token on PancakeSwap directly, they will you will have a nice rewards in Cake. And so Cake is the token of PancakeSwap, all right?
And the rewards, just for the record, the rewards are insane. I don't know, it's a variable unstable APY, but at the moment it's more than 1,000% APY. So
exactly. So the thing is, the objective with that was, so far as the part of the deal was also to give UBXT to the Cake holder. So if you have Cake, you can stake them and you can receive UBXT. But the ratio between what we have to give and the reward in Cake was really in favor of UpBots. So that's why we went also in that direction. And but not only because it was also a very, very good element for the marketing, right, Neil?
Yeah, and to be clear, when Ben is saying it's in favor of UpBots, he means UpBots token holders. It's fantastic. You can, at the moment you can stake your liquidity tokens, like Ben said. You get a heap of cake, and then you can farm your Cake tokens in the surf pool and get more UBXT and put that back into. So actually, if you're active about it, you can really, the returns are fantastic.
Exactly.
And if you don't want the hassle of having to do all of those things, you can simply use Beefy Finance, and if they have an auto compounding
Exactly, because
system.
actually it's not automatic on PancakeSwap. You have to do it yourself, and especially if you want to get more BUSD and more UBXT. If you don't care about the cake, as Neil said, it's better to go on Beefy Finance because we are also there. They have their smart contract working on the LP pool of UBXC, BUSD on PancakeSwap. And so, well, yeah, every time actually they will claim the rewards in cake, they will convert it into BUSD and into UBXT, and they will add that in the pool. And so you will have this compound effect every time because you are adding all the time the liquidity as reward, and you can of course withdraw that whenever you want. So it's really easy, and it's a good way to optimize the.
It's really cool. If you're super busy, like all of us in the crypto space, especially, it's fantastic. It's a hassle-free, hands-free way to ensure that your bags of UBXT and BUSD are growing all the time.
It helps also UpBots because you will create a buying pressure all the time by doing that. The bots, the smart contract of Beefy will buy back UBXT on the market directly, and so it can help also the price. And and so for the result of this partnership, as we said, it was the worst moment possible because we launched the pool and less than 24 hours later, I think the market dropped massively. And even with this kind of partnership, it's it can help the price to stay at a certain level, but we suffer also from this decrease. And so it's quite hard to evaluate, but if you are looking at other projects, we did that in the past when the market was going up, the results were always positive. So since the partnership will occur for at least 3 months, I think we have the time to see the evolution in the coming days, weeks, and months, of course.
Yeah, I think personally, I'm very pro the thing. I think I'm certain it's going to work out to be a good thing because, it's just like one of those things. You just need to be in certain places in the crypto scene, and PancakeSwap is the place to be on Binance Smart Chain. So, Binance Smart Chain has just been on fire. So it's been, I think it was a smart partnership for us to make. I think we had to do it. And I think in the end, Ben, you're going to be happy. That's what I think.
We all going to be happy.
I have faith, especially all the token holders.
No, really, it's something very powerful. As you said, PancakeSwap is one of the biggest DEX currently, and the Cake token is a very good token as well. So it can really help the ecosystem, and it also bring us a lot of new users because they see our pool, so they heard about the bots, and they will check the website, they will join and they will subscribe on the interface. So there is so many things that are good for that for this partnership. So I'm not scared at all. I mean, there is only good element in that, and of course it's the plan to find other deals like this with others. But okay, so now let's talk about the marketing. Neil.
I just wanted to deal with the marketing sort of in terms of what we did, what happened in May, and then on the next slide we'll just talk about what's going to happen in June. So in May, we had a focus on partnerships. Largely speaking, we've talked about PancakeSwap farming. We've talked a little bit about Beefy Finance, which is sort of the way I like to think of it as extra strength farming. We are going to do an AMA with Beefy, I think next week. So if you are interested in finding out more about how that works, how it works, more about those guys, come to the Telegram, keep an eye on the Telegram channel announcements. We will be announcing that. We partnered up with Twinsy to give away the NFT, the second month's NFT. And we did an AMA with them in their community, and we had them in our community. That was huge. They have a really engaged community, and yeah, I think our Telegram channel jumped by 10% in like 20 minutes in terms of the size because of that. So we're going to try and do more of those. We've been thinking a lot about in the marketing department about, how can we best serve UpBots users? And one of the things that UpBots users all have in common is that we're all into trading, we're all into crypto, and want to learn more about projects, etc. So we're going to start trying to do more AMAs more frequently with projects that you may consider investing in the future. So we're hoping that it'll give the community a chance to, just to get insights that they wouldn't otherwise have unless they're in the community. So, so that's that. Tumble Chain is an example of that, and we're going to have an AMA with them very soon. We created a partnership with them, and there's already a Tumble bot live on the platform. So that's very exciting. It's performed, the algorithm on the trading bot has performed very well in back testing. So it's going to be really interesting to see that partnership evolve. I think their AMA is going to happen this Thursday. Just got confirmation of that earlier on, just minutes before we jumped on here. So the full details will be, again, as always, in our main Telegram group and on Twitter. And that's going to help us a little bit as well, because we've a very strong Vietnamese community, but Vietnam is actually a surprisingly huge into crypto country, much more than I expected. And I've been to Vietnam. I lived in Vietnam for about 3 months. So that was a bit of a surprise, but we've got a very strong Vietnamese community, and I'm always looking at ways to try and bolster that. We gave away the second month's NFT, so that was the second card of a 12-card series of collectible cards that we had commissioned. And a very talented illustrator on our team is literally hand drawing those, and then she maps them over into the digital version, and we mint them as NFTs, and we give them away. There's just one of each month. So the next month will be coming up in June. You should, if you're interested in having a chance to get in on that, just join the main community in Telegram or DM us on Twitter, and we'll send you the details. So this month, 60 participants fully completed month 2, and we had 30 new AMAs suggested. It was a really easy month. Month 1 was really difficult. Month 2, we decided to make it a little bit easier, so we tried in month 2 to find new ways for people to sort of help UpBots and also have a little bit of fun participating, but without too much of a headache. I think in month 1 there was a few of the challenges where people were telling me that I got direct messages saying I'm going to throw my laptop out a window, kind of thing, because I'm so frustrated with some of the questions. So that's riddles for you. They're challenging for some people. So that was good. The staking got easier. You like that one?
Yeah.
Yeah. So with the staking, we realized that when we started out and we initially launched our staking, the token was at 1 cent. It was hovering in between 1 and 2 cents. And so the requirement was 10,000 UBXT, which was around $100. Then the token price went up to just shy of 10 cents, which was really quite a lot to ask somebody to stake. Nearly $1,000 just, so that they could access a bot. That's a big ask. And it's not
especially when the limit is about 2,500. It was not something really cool for that. And so after that, we saw a massive increase of people trying to stake, to see the bots, and with a lot of more of sessions. So it's quite cool, and this strategy has a good impact. Just to keep in mind that we're going to keep that strategy for the community bots. So only if now the token is going up and going to $1 or whatever, something that we all would like, but we're going to always have a minimum staking amount to get the access to the community bots, and those community bots will always be free. So like Tomo, we also have Avax, We're going to try to add more and more partnership with other projects and have a bot especially for them in the community bot section. And as long as you stake UBXT, you will get the access to them.
Yeah, so those ones will be separate from the performance fee system.
Exactly.
Yeah, so like right now it's only 2,500 UPXT, which has brought it back to about $100 to have a crack with the bot. And the APR on the staking is much better. It's actually, the last time I checked, it was 2 point something times as good as what was originally available on FTX. So yeah, there's really no reason not to stake. Also, it's available on Binance Smart Chain now, the staking. So you don't even have to worry about insane gas fees.
Exactly.
So that's what it was. There's one other thing that we when we looked at what we have been doing and new ways we might make things easier and better. It was with education, and there was a lot of, I think the surprising thing in crypto this year has been the rise of meme coins and these hype coins where they have just exploded in growth. And part of the reason in our analysis for that was around how easy they made it to onboard people to buy the token, and using things like Trust Wallet, which we're now integrating with better, and also by creating really accessible educational content. So like videos showing people exactly what they have to do step by step to buy, in our case, for example, UBXT. So while, UpBots is a very, very different project in that, I think there's lessons to be taken from everything that you see around you in any particular industry. And so we've started to make a whole series of videos. We've actually commissioned one of the guys from our community who works in broadcasting, believe it or not, to help us make really nice videos that are no fluff. It's all education. And we're going to use those in our Gitbook and the various ways to help existing users, but also we're going to start running a whole bunch of campaigns, which we'll talk about in the next slide, which Ben is going to move along now.
Right. There we go.
Yeah. So down the bottom, I'm going to start on the bottom and work my way up. So we are going to launch a paid Facebook ads campaign around designed to take newbies and educate them on the essential things that they need to know to sort of on-ramp, let's say, into crypto and into using UpBots for their crypto. This is a big part of our mission in life, is to bring more people into the crypto space. And a big part of that is to make it easier. Because let's be honest, for anybody who's technical, even technical people have a bit of a challenge. But for total newbies, it can be really, really difficult and filled with uncertainty. So we want to try and help lower that. So we have an educational campaign that we'll be launching. We also have, this what will be section is to deal with everything that's going to happen in June mostly, but also in the months following that. So we have influencers lined up and ready to go. We have 3 YouTube people who are going to come on board to do reviews of the platform once the commercial platform is ready for them to look at and to actually test drive. So they'll get access at the same time as our battalion, and the battalion are also going to be our early beta testers. It's one of the privileges to being so active and so awesome and such amazing supporters of UpBots. So it's going to all kick off in phase 2, which is coming into an UpBots platform any day now. We're going to have the month 3 NFT contest, which is going to be a name the bot. So we want to give our UpBot that's on the logo a name. So we have a totally different and I think really fun campaign planned out. So that one's still in development, but it should be live any week now. Probably around the middle of June we'll launch that. And then, as I had alluded to earlier on, we have a number of AMAs ready to go and lined up, and my team are working on that all the time, and to find new partners, new community bot partners, new AMA partners, etc., etc. So Yeah, so that's going to be hopefully just another reason to be active in the community and to participate. Yeah, get involved, I guess.
Yeah.
And other than that, we have a bunch of press going out to the major news outlets: Bloomberg, Business Insider, MarketWatch, Yahoo Finance, and about 200 other news sites. Press releases typically go out on a wire and get syndicated around. So
since also we are closer to the launch, since we are closer to the launch also. Because of this, we are also now more and more thinking and working on this kind of marketing, because, well, at launch it's going to be awesome, and we expect to have 1,000 million of people maybe, because but as soon as it's done, it will be easier for us to make marketing. It's okay, Neil, may I go to the next slide?
Yeah, right. Let's do this.
Oh, and let's talk now about the new design. So maybe you saw that on the chats or on Twitter, because I shared a picture there. But since we added a lot of new features on the interface, well, the design began to be a little bit messy, and so we had to rethink the design and to improve it to have something more user-friendly. And so that's why we hired actually a genius is coming from the US. He's working with PayPal on different projects, and so we asked him to redo the interface with the light version, because I know that some of you are waiting this version. And so that's what we are right now working on. Maybe you remember that we were working on the version 2 of the interface. So it's a complete refactoring of the code to have better performance, to have something more clean, to make change quicker. And so we're gonna add this design on that version. So we are still working on it. We're now gonna implement the design on that version, because otherwise it would be completely useless to make the change on the current version while we're gonna have to migrate to the new one. And so as you can see here, the difference, well, it's something more, you can find the information easier. There is, well, the widget, there is a price, but it's you have a better vision, the different apps, and we can add other apps there. There is, of course, the UpBots, because, well, it's the most important features of UpBots for many users. There is also the social copy trading that will be added, and that will also become one very important features, and you will be able to see it directly on the homepage. But right now, since the UpBots is the most important features, we decided to add it there, and so the users will be able to see directly which bot is the best one. And so in terms of marketing, in terms of pushing the users to connect their account to one bot, well, it should also bring more click. Currently, it's not really well displayed. The display is not really cool. I mean, you have the box on the side, you have the performance maybe, but it's not, you don't directly see that you have an interest to go there and to connect your account. So here, the objective is to have a more clean interface, and so the users knows where to go. You can see that also for the UpBot page. So right here, there is the tutorial. Actually, you already have it right now, but it looks really more like a marketplace, you know. Okay, right now you have the Optimus BTC everywhere, but it's just to show you how it will look like. But you will be able to there is the filters, you have a better vision on the performance, on the fees, on everything. So the idea is really to have more clarity and to have a really good first impression on that page, and to let the user really find what he needs. The same for the page here.
Just quickly, I just wanted to add to that. This is a more future-proof design as well, in the sense that, you know, okay, at the moment we have is it 8 bots available right now, but in the future we may have hundreds of bots that have been submitted, and it's a library that's going to grow over time. And having the ability to filter and reduce the list to just so that you only have to look at the ones that you want, that you can more easily find, a currency pair or something else that you want is going to be a huge feature in the future.
Exactly. On the other side, you have the bots. So when it's working with your performance, with the total gain, with the UBT allocation balance, virtual credits, and right now it's in testing for the UBT allocation balance and virtual credit, but that's for the IT section. But here at least you have really your dashboard for the bots with the information you need, with the performance, with the bot activity, where you can see every trade or attempt of a trade, every signal received, etc., etc. But well, it's far more clear, and we made a lot of tests with users. We showed them this version, and it was really something they found easy to use, and that's one of the key elements of this new interface. We want to have something really, really clear without having to look at the Git book to get all the information. They have to come, they see that, they know what to do, and that's it.
It's intuitive.
And well, that's the big change maybe. So for the manual trade page, you know how it is right now. The idea is to have something more close to the to what the exchange have actually, with the buy sell button, with the different elements, with the order book right here. You can have your balance, your balance. No, it's not Binance, it's balance. Your balance here.
The balance and Binance had a baby.
Exactly, yeah. By clicking there, you can change of course the pair, and you can directly see how much you have. So it's something easier to use because we get some remark about the current version. We wanted to have something quite easy, but since it's different of what the user can find on an exchange, sometimes it can be difficult at the beginning. So we decided to have something more in line with what we are used to, but with some cool, nice features, like here the balance, for example.
Yeah, it looks cool.
I think so. Really, I really like this version.
Yeah, I think that's definitely, with some features when you're developing software, it makes a lot more sense to sort of try, if you're going to try and make a big change, to make a smaller change first, and mimic what people are kind of used to, because it's more intuitive.
Exactly. Well, to continue, there is my active bots. Again, it's a new design. There is my UBT balance, where the user can see his balance. Total allocation is the total available. Anyway, so you can have the balance of the user with all transaction, the allocation per bot, etc. So that's the new design. As you can see, it's far more coherent. Here you have the portfolio monitoring, and you can see a lot of difference here too. So it's going to be more clear, more modern. Also, it's more really sexy. Like 2000. Yeah, and it's 2021. The other one was more 2020. Here it's really in line with what we have right now.
Yeah. No, I think it looks great. I think the designer did a fantastic job. I really like it.
Yeah. And but for the features, it's the same. I mean, you have maybe some more information, but basically it will be as easy as now, really. For the staking, well, it's just for the design here. Same for the bridge. It's going to change just a bit, but the concept is exactly the same. And we arrive to the IT development May recap. So, oh boy, exactly. So what have we?
Juicy.
Yeah, what did we do? The first thing is, of course, UBT staking pool. So we launched the UBT staking pool on Binance Smart Chain. We had already a pool on Ethereum for UBT staking and for LP provider on Uniswap. Then we added the LP on PancakeSwap, and now we have also the UBT staking pool. As I said, we have something like 4 million in total as a total locked value, which is quite good. second thing is we added the possibility to trade on KuCoin for manual trades, but also for AlgoBots. So right now the BTC, Optimus BTC, ETH, and all the others are working on KuCoin as well. It's of course the plan to add more and more exchange in the future, but we decided to go with KuCoin because, well, UBXT is listed there, and so now you can go in manual trades and buy your UBXT directly from UpBots, which is actually quite nice, really.
Yeah.
So the next elements, it's of course the UX improvements. Maybe you saw it, maybe not. We had a lot of adaptation because we are following all the feedback of the users. Every day we are receiving remark, compliments or whatever, but we take everything and we try to improve and adapt if it's needed. For example, one user told us that it wasn't possible to adapt the size of the position on an AlgoBot. Well, we developed that and now it's working. We also saw for the profile that some info was not saved. Now it is. For the total locked value, it wasn't displayed on the homepage. Now it is. And there is also multiple UX UI fixed, but I will not explain everything because otherwise tomorrow we would still be here.
Yeah, we'd have to start the June video tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well, by the time you finished, I should say. Yeah. The most important takeaway from that is that, as always, we really value feedback from the community and we listen. You know, like if you see something that you think we can do better in our community and you tell us that, there's a very good chance. Well, there's 100% chance we're going to hear you, but there's a very good chance that if we agree that we are going to implement a fix, and it'll probably happen. I think, am I correct in saying that at least one thing in every release we try to build in as a community, if you know, because we have a list of things obviously that the IT team are always working on, but try to always build in something, I believe. That's what I've been told anyway.
Exactly. And depending also on the request, we are often changing the priority of some developers, you know. Okay, the top priorities, of course, the performance fees and the launch, but we have a big team, and so sometimes we give the priority to or a bug or a request, a special request from a user, users, because, well, as you said, Neil, it's very important for us to get that feedback and to follow the needs of the users. That's also why actually we added Connect Wallet and Trust Wallet on the interface, because we had already Metamask. We also had Binance Smart Chain. But now we have Connect Wallet and Trust Wallet, and it was really a request. Actually, you sent me that request, I think, because you heard a lot of people asking for that.
Yeah, well, on mobile, Trust Wallet is it's the Metamask of mobile. I think it's the most commonly used, and it's actually really nice. I was always a Metamask user, but I started using Trust Wallet, and it's a very nice piece of software.
Okay. Well, actually, I don't have it currently. I will have to try
you
it.
Check it out. Yeah. UpBots is going to be found in their DApp section. That's my mission at the moment.
All right.
So any Trust Wallet people, if you're listening,
we'll
hit
check
me
that.
up.
Please help Neil.
Yeah.
The next element is the speed improvements. Since we had a massive increase of users, we saw that we had to rework some elements regarding the API because the speed of the interface was decreasing a bit. So we already worked a lot on that. For the infrastructure, same thing, since we had a massive increase of users, and currently 7,000. We had to put in priority the infrastructure and to rework some elements. So like for the proxy, for example, since the exchange are actually decreasing the number of requests you can do on exchanges or through the API, or other websites are doing the same, since the crypto market has a massive increase of users currently, so a massive increase of requests as well. So we had to find some solution for that. It was a big work, and we finished that. I think it was last week. So that's done. I'm happy because it was long and a big work. And so we are again focused on the performance fees. That's the next point. We had to make several updates and we are still in the phase 1 internal testing to be sure that everything is completely working. We are at 80%. So I just get a feedback from Angelique a few minutes ago. So Angelique is our project manager. She is still testing. She found one small thing we could improve that's more for the user experience. So they are working on it. But for the rest, apparently it's working quite well. The logic is working well. The safety is working actually perfectly. And so, well, yes. I hope that the phase 2 with the battalion will be launched in, well, very soon. The next thing is for Google, Facebook login. So right now, actually, I think also that it should be launched right now. They are pushing it in production. You will be able to connect your to connect yourself and to log in thanks to Google and Facebook. Then CreateABot, we finished that this month. So what is CreateABot? CreateABot is a feature that let the user create an algorithm on TradingView. And then they can connect that TradingView to UpBots, and UpBots will make the buy and sell orders for the users depending on the alerts we are receiving. You will see the statistics, you will see everything. We finish the development. The next phase will be the testing. It's quite big features actually, with a lot of possible issues. So right now we're on the testing phases, and it looks pretty good right now. It's just that all my team is working or on the infra. Right now it's done, but there is also the performance fees, and there is for the front the new structure. But as soon as performance fees is done, they will go back on CreateABot to launch it, because I know that it was also a request of many users to be able to have their own strategy. Yeah. So they will have that chance. Next phase, next element is the version 2 of the dashboards. I already explained that. So it's about the design, about the new code. So we are moving to Nuxt. It was Vue.js, and finally there is the Vault. So we are still working on the development of the smart contract. So we are already even testing it. It's working well. The objective will be to have an upgradable smart contract. So for the Vault, if it's the first time that you are hearing about that, well, I will make a short explanation. The idea is to let the users stake not UBXT, but stablecoin this time directly on UpBots. So they can stake USDT, BUSD, USDC. And the smart contract will actually farm those stablecoin on the best possible website at that moment. It can be on Belt, AutoFarm. There is Pancake Bunny, of course, only the safest one. But the idea is to farm the token, the stablecoin, and well, normally, if you are farming stablecoin, you get 2 rewards on those websites. There is the internal rewards, so you will just increase your value in a stablecoin, and there is also a token that they are offering. For example, it's an auto token, and what we do is that we claim those tokens and we sell them on the market and buy UBXT. And so those UBXT are sent to the stakers. A big part and a small part is burned. Why? Because, well, the strategy, of course, of UpBots is the scarcity. We want to decrease the number of tokens on the market, but at the same time, we want to reward the users for buying those tokens and investing and staking the stablecoin on that smart contract. So the user will get the 2 APY, I just say it again, is the internal APY, and then there is the token reward. So now talking about what is coming in the coming weeks and for June, the first thing is, of course, the end of the performance fee system, phase 1. As I said, we are testing it internally and fine-tuning some small elements, but we are close to be ready for the next phase. The second thing is, as I said, the bot creator. So normally, if everything is going fine, should be for June. The refactoring on the front end is normally is not 100% sure that it's going to be for June, but we're gonna push for that, be sure, because I really like the new design and I would like to have it as soon as possible. And for all the other things is, of course, the courses marketplace. Actually, it's close to be done, but we just need, we are still looking for some partners to add more contents. There is the Vault, there is a mobile app. We are still working on it, and since we decided to change the design of the new version, it's also the objective to adapt it first before developing it. We're gonna add the OKX exchange because it's also a request from the users. And the last one is, of course, social copy trading. I know that many of you are waiting for that features. The backend is already developed. Now we have to link it with performance fees and with all the different features because it's really linked to everything there. So it's going to be a big challenge, but that's one of the next priority. And well, there is other things, but again, I will not finish the video today if I'm going in that direction. So that's it. And again, get ready because we are closer than ever from the official launch. Just a thing, I'm working for UpBots for more than 2 years now. It's really a long road, and I just want to launch this application. I mean, more than anybody else, it's like my baby. Actually, it's the baby of Neil too. It's like we had a baby. It's quite weird. I shouldn't say that. But we all want to launch it as soon as possible. But my priority also the safety, to have something working fine. And so that's why right now it's not yet launched. I don't want to launch something not fully functional. And so be sure that as soon as it's done, we're going to launch it. It's just that.
Yep, safety first.
Exactly.
Always has to be the user. The users come first. So.
But we are close. We're arriving at the end of the marathon, and
almost taste it.
Oh, at least the first marathon, because we're gonna have a lot more for the next couple of months. All right. Yep. Well, I think it's the end of this video, Neil. What do you think?
I think you're right.
All
right. I think if you're still with us, thanks very much for tuning in, and come and say hello and talk. That's
Thanks
all I
a lot.
have to say.
And well, maybe that in June we're gonna try to make another AMA, but internally with the community. So do not hesitate to send already all your questions to Zor. He will bring all those questions, and we're gonna try to answer to them all if it's possible. And well, again, thank you for joining, guys. And if you have questions in the meantime, you know where to go. To Neil, to me, to Zor, to Belen, to anybody. We are all there to answer your question.